Hello everyone, my name is Amanda Waldhart and you are here with Amanda'sInspirationStation.com. Today you are here for my weekly Wednesday. It is July 6th, I think. Gosh, I don't even know. I haven't even turned my calendar. Let's see. What Wednesday is it? I want to say it's July 6th. No, it's July 7th. See, I'm a day off, you guys. That's what happens when it's a holiday weekend. I hope all of you had a wonderful 4th of July. I know that I did. My parents came over and my husband's friend came over and we cooked out and swam. So it was a nice low-key 4th of July. Okay, let's get started because today I have two fabulous cards for you. I like this stamp set so much. It's the Garden Birdhouses. So this is the stamp set that I'm going to feature today. And I've made two very adorable cards, but yet very different cards. So we're going to do some fun techniques with this. We're going to actually use our blending brush today let me see here. These are our basic pattern masks, and we're going to use the polka dots. So we're going to do that today with this one. And then we're also going to heat emboss with this one as well. So we'll do this one second. So I'm going to set that one aside. And the first one that we're going to do is this one right here. Very simple, yet very adorable card. The paper, the designer series paper that I'm using today is from the Pansy Petal designer series paper. And I'm using the gingham that features the soft succulent, which is a new in color of ours. So that's the one I'm doing. We're also going to be featuring another in color, which is the Evening Evergreen. And we're also going to be doing the Pale Papaya in color, but we're going to be doing those in the blends. And we're going to need the light and the dark. And then we're also going to be doing, we're going to do a little Wink Estella over it. Let me get my Wink Estella out. I almost forgot. Just to give it kind of a little bit of shimmer. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we are going to use a couple different dies. We're going to use these new dies called Basic Borders. I like them. They're fun. This is the first time I've actually used them. I bought them like crazy enough. I bought them right away and then I never really used them. And I don't know why I didn't really use them. So we're going to run our designer series piece through the cut and emboss machine just to give it kind of that shape and that little stitch to give it a little bit of dimension. And then we are using a couple other dies, which let me grab those because I did not do that yet. We are going to be using and I'm so sorry I don't have this prepared. I feel like I do this every single time I do a video for you guys. I have them set aside and then I put them away. And of course I go for them and now they're, not here. Where are they? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. So sorry. So we're going to use painted labels. These are older dies. We've had these in our catalogs, I'd say for a couple years. I know at first I think came out in a, like a spring mini. And then it came into our annual catalog. And I think it even transferred over to our last annual catalog. So I think we've had it for quite a few years. But we are using this die piece here for the piece that we're going to stamp the birdhouse on, which I've already done for the sake of the video. And then we're also using the rectangle stitched dies. And I've already done that for the sake of the video as well. And let me just show you. So I cut out this one, which is this piece right here. And I would say this is the largest one of this set, if that makes any sense. So I had that up over there. And then we also used this piece here, and this piece here is for our sentiment that we're going to stamp hello on. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. And let's start by using the basic border die. We're going to go ahead and use our cut and emboss machine first, and we'll get that kind of out of the way. So we're going to get our designer series paper here. Now, I do have project sheets for every weekly Wednesday project that I do. They're on my blog, amandasinspirationstation.com. So they're free. So what the project sheets are, they're colored copy pictures of what we make. And then they have the measurements and the supply list. And you can just click on them and print them. They're free to you right from my blog. And the link is also in my YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, the link is right underneath where you can click right to it and print it. Okay, and if you're watching me from my YouTube channel, I would love for you to be a subscriber if you are not currently a subscriber. I would appreciate that. Okay, so see how I just put it to the end? I put the corner to the edge of the piece of, like, I put the corner to the edge like that, and then I just ran it through. So now we have this. All right, so let's get out our card here. We have some different pieces here. This is the Evening Evergreen, measures at 5.5 by 8.5. And I'm just gonna fold it and use my bone folder to varnish in those creases. If you wanted to score it, you would score it at 4 1/4. Now this piece and this basic white piece were originally the same size. They both measured at 4 by 5 1/4. This piece, the white, is actually going to go on the inside of my card. This way, if I wanted to stamp a saying inside, I could, and you would actually be able to see it. Or if I just want to do writing inside, I could have that too. All right, so this piece here, we're going to put this flat. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to put adhesive on that, and we're going to put it flat. Now I do want the corner of it to kind of come to the edge of that, but I want to make sure that I have enough Evening Evergreen all the way around. We are going to take our baker's twine and tie, but we'll do that last. Let's do some stamping now. We have 3 pieces here to stamp. So let's get out our Memento ink pad. I just opened this. It's brand new. Stampin' Up had them on back order for a while, and I go through them a lot. So I definitely wanted to get that. And you know what? I'm just going to kind of test that over here. There we go, because it seems like it's a little juicy there. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stamp that. I want to give it a little time to dry since I'm going to be using my blends. And with the blends, you definitely want to use the Memento ink pad. You do not want to use Stays On. If you use Stays On, it's going to bleed. So you want to use the Memento. I'm trying to find my, oh, here we go. I'm like, wait a minute. My saying that says hello. All right, so let's go ahead and get that, and we'll stamp that. There we go. Now our Memento is done. Although the Memento does not smell as good as the Stays On. I don't know who else loves the smell of Stays On, but I love it. Okay, now I'm going to get out our soft succulent ink pad. And I'm going to get out this long piece right here from the Garden Birdhouse, because I'm going to stamp that in soft succulent on top of soft succulent cardstock. I'm going to stamp that on top of this. So we're just going to go like that. And then I'm actually going to take the little green grass, and I'm going to do that on that side and that on that side, just like that. All right. So now we have that done. So let's go ahead. We're going to place this piece also flat. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to place that. And I'm going to kind of center it to the corner here. So I do want it kind of centered like that. I have this little piece. There we go. A little piece of cardstock there. There we go. Like that. And then let's go ahead. This should be dry now, where we can use our pale papaya blends. I'm going to do the birdhouse in the light, but then the roof and the base of it in the dark. So I'm just going to kind of color in Oh, who else loves blends? I love them. I mean, I still love our Stampin' Right markers too. Don't get me wrong, but I'm definitely a blend girl. All right, and now I'm going to do the dark on the little perch here, the base, and then the roof part. Okay, I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to take my Wink of Stella and I'm going to glitter that. Sometimes if I squeeze too hard, I get a big glob of Wink of Stella, and I don't want that. All right, so we're gonna let that dry for a minute. And while we let that dry, let's go ahead and let's tie our white baker's twine. The baker's twine now comes in a multi-pack, which I love this. It looks like it's crumb cake, whisper white, very vanilla, black. Well, not whisper white, sorry, basic white. Very vanilla, black, and then this looks like Sahara Sands to me almost. I don't think they really give them a name. They're just called the Baker's Twine's Essential Pack. So we're going to use the white, but I do have white left over from before, so I'm going to use up that first. And what I'm going to do is I'm kind of going to turn my card like this because I want to make sure that I have enough space at the top here to tie a bow. So I'm going to kind of bring it up over here like this, and I'm going to do that. Now I'm going to turn it like this because I have it on the inside and I have it up at the top, and I'm literally just going to tie a bow. So I'm just going to go like this, get out my loops, and that didn't work. Let's try that again. Let's do the Mickey ears. Mickey ears are good. All right, there we go. And I do want my loops not to be so big. There we go. And then I'm just going to kind of trim this a little bit. And there's that. And you can have it come down a little bit more. You can bring it up to the top. It doesn't really matter. Okay. Now I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of this because I do want to pop that up. And I'm just going to kind of set that up at the top there because I don't want to fully cover this. And then I'm going to put some dimensionals here. And I'm going to put that right about there. And there you go. There's that card. Cute card. I love it. This card could be just a hi card. Obviously it says hello. It could be, you could write thinking of you. It could be any card. It's just a great card. So I'm going to go ahead and set that aside and we'll get started on the second card. This one probably is more my favorite out of the two. And that's only because I love bright colors. I definitely gravitate to them. So let's go ahead and get started. We did use the color and contour dies as well, and I did already, for the sake of the video, cut those out. And we're also going to use the double oval punch, but we're only going to use the small one, not the scallopy looking one. Then we have our card base here, which is 5.5 by 8.5. If you have it scored, you would score it at 4 1/4. I'm not scoring it. We have two pieces here of basic white, both measuring at 4 by 5 1/4. One is going to go on the inside, and that's, again, so if we wanted to either do a stamped sentiment or we want to write in it, we have that. The other one is where we're going to use our blending brush. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to get out our mask, and I have my mask right here. We're going to do the dots. I love the polka dots. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some washi tape, just some old washi tape. I'm sure every crafter has, paper crafter has some washi tape lying around. And I'm going to just kind of tie it down a little bit. This just helps secure it so that it stays while I am using my blending brush. Okay, so we're just going to do that. We're going to get out the polished pink. ink pad, and I'm going to just go in some circles here is what I'm going to do. And I'm literally just going to now put my hand on here just to kind of secure it a little bit, and I'm just going to go into some circles. Now, it's okay if some circles are darker and some circles are lighter. That is totally fine. I kind of actually like that look. It gives it more of like an ombre look. So we are going to go ahead and leave it like that. And this is all you do. Voila. And to clean your brushes, I have my brushes. And look at, I grabbed the orange one and not the pink one, and I used the pink one, but you know what? It's fine. Normally, here's my pink one. So here, I just labeled them like oranges, pinks, purples. I wasn't going to purchase one of these for each color that Stampin' Up carries. But to clean them, they do stay a little stained like this. They do. But to clean them, you just use a baby wipe, and you just wipe them like that and gently rub over them, and they come right out. To the point where you can use it next time, go like this, and it doesn't come off. Okay, so I'm going to lift this up, this mask, and there is our piece. And we're just going to attach that, and we're going to attach that flat. Now, this card I made into a birthday card, and I just realized as I was saying that I do have a sentiment inside. This one I said happy birthday wishes, and on the inside I said, hope each moment of your day is as special as you are. Now, normally I would stamp first before I put this basic white piece of cardstock in there, because if I mess up, I can flip it over. But since I just put it down and forgot to do that, we'll just pray that this turns out good. Hoofda. There we go. I didn't have to make a mistake here. So, okay, so there's our inside so far, okay? So now let's do some stamping here, because we're gonna do a couple things. We still need to heat emboss, and we still need to stamp at the bottom of this. Although I just realized I don't have a piece of scrap. Here we go. I need a scrap piece of polished pink for the birdhouse. All right, so let's do this. Let's stamp our saying here, and that's just birthday wishes. So we're going to stamp that, which I just stamped it upside down. No big deal. All right. And then let's go ahead and punch that out. So we're just going to bring that through like this and punch that out, and then we can get rid of that. Oh, jeez. Don't you hate it when you drop a punch? It like is so loud and it scares you. I don't know if it scares you guys, but I'm like, ah. All right, so let's go ahead and stamp this now. We need our memento again, because that's what the post is going to be, is memento. And I'm literally just going to I'm not going to start from all the way up. I'm just going to I just want the post to come up about halfway on that. Okay. Then we're going to use Old Olive. I like Old Olive with polished pink. I think it looks really cool. We're going to use both of these two stamp sets here. So I'm going to stamp like that and like that, which is the one that has a lot of them. And then I'm going to take just the one stamp that has the one, and I'm just going to kind of go like that. All right. Now we need to do our birdhouse. So we have these all stamped. These pieces are stamped. Now we need to do our birdhouse, and we're going to do our birdhouse in black embossing powder. And our embossing powders come in a multi-pack like this now too. I don't know if you have seen that or noticed that. They used to come individual, and I believe they used to be like $5 or $6. But now they come, give me a second and I will show you here. Let me find the page. Back one. Page, no. Oh, maybe it isn't. Okay, where is it? Here we go. They're on page 128. And our Stampin' Embossing powders, they come as a 3-pack. So you can get the basics, which is white, clear, and black, together in a pack for $18. Or you can get the metallics in a pack for $18, and that's copper, gold, and silver. So they now come in packs. They do not come individually. And I buy these containers here at Michael's. It's in their like their dollar section or whatever. It's not everything's $1, but I think these are $1.99, and then I just dump them in there, and that's what I use. I do use a coffee filter to dump my things back in. If you have a tray, that's great. I do have a tray too, but a lot of times I just use the coffee filter. Otherwise, Stampin' Up does not carry trays anymore. You can't purchase those. But I'm sure, you know, you could find them at a local craft store. And we're going to stamp this image in the Versamark ink. And then we're going to sprinkle the black over top like this. And then we're going to, I knew I was going to do that. We're going to flick that off. So that's completely flicked. We're going to set that aside and we're going to dump this. See how the coffee filters work, but of course I had to flick to get it on my table here. So let me cover this before I do anything. And I'm going to dump this in my wastebasket because I have this. Of course I did this on a video. Why wouldn't I? Makes sense, doesn't it? So, all right. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to get our heat tool. And basically we want to just wait for it to get black and shiny. Now there are no dies for the birdhouses, so we are going to fussy cut them out. But fussy cutting out these birdhouses is not hard at all. It's actually pretty easy. They're just straight shots, so it's not like you have to curve around different things. All right, see how that black is starting to get shiny? That means it's heating up. All right. And let me shut that off. Okay, so let me get out my paper snips here. And we're going to just snip around. And I'm just going to do that to get that out of the way. All right. There's that side. And then I'm going to go in on these sides here and then just up. And there we go. That was not hard. Pretty simple. All right. All right, so let's get our card back over here. Jeez, I got powder everywhere. What? You know, sometimes I'm a very clean stamper, and then other times I am not. Seriously, it depends on the day. Okay, so we're going to, all right. Look at you guys. I even got it on my dimensionals, for Pete's sakes. Okay, so we're going to put dimensionals on the back of the birdhouse because I do want to pop up that birdhouse. All right, and we're going to stick that right there over the post. Okay, now I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of the white scallop rectangle that we got from the contour dies. And we're going to put that on top of the black scallop. Then we're going to pop this up because I'm trying to give it some height here. So we're going to do that. All right. So my Stampin' team name is called the Crafty Cats. And I'm telling you this right now totally out of the blue because I have a cat who literally loves being down here. This is like his favorite room in the house. He sleeps down here. He's down here every day with me when I'm working. he truly is my crafty cat. And he is sitting up on my table next to me right now watching me do this video. All right, so now with this one, we're going to put this side here flat, but we're going to put a dimensional on this side because it's going to hang off. So we're going to need to kind of balance that out. So we're going to go like that. Like that. And then I have where I already took and did a bow with the black baker's twine. I'm going to now just use a glue dot to apply it on. And I'm going to put that right underneath the birdhouse. And there you guys go. There you have it. There are our 2 cards. Look at how adorable they are. I just love these cards. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's Weekly Wednesday. I hope that you have the garden birdhouse and you like it and you have fun making and creating projects. Feel free to print the free printable project sheets for this. They are at my blog at amandasinspirationstation.com. And thank you so much. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye now.